Well, it finally turned up. Not a minute too late. And this is the type of Casio which is a little bit of a holy grail, to be honest with you. It's one of them. Yes, don't get too excited. It's rare enough kind of watch. I have seen these go for quite a bit. This one's a little bit of a sort of a sorry state, but let's just be honest, not that bad at all, to be fair. Right, so far, and I'm going to have to do some video cutting on this one, because I'm going to have to stop, do some tatting, pick the phone up again, do a bit more videoing, and blah blah blah. You've got the idea. Anyway, this particular Casio is the CMD 40, I think. Let's just make sure. Yeah, there it is, look at, just about make that out. 1174, it's the CMD 40. Is the TV remote version. I just took that broken side off there. The shoulders are intact, so there's no damage on the shoulders for the strap. I do have a replacement strap for it, but the other thing, the reason why I got this one at a, how can I say, I would say it's a reasonable price, but some people might argue the toss and say no, but I mean, it doesn't even work yet. I mean, I don't even know if it's going to work. I'm hoping, looking at it as it sits there now, I'll just give it a wipe down with a cloth, and it's literally flawless. I mean, I can't see really anything wrong with it. I mean, it's got the usual wear and tear, as in surface scratches on the screen, but they're only very, very light. But as you can see, the buttons so far are intact, apart from that one. But as you can see, right, I don't know if you can really get and have a good look at it. Hang on a sec. Right, if you look at it, right, the O-ring is still round the shaft, and the end where the circlip sits, that's still there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip this thing down, right, and get a good look inside. I've got to be careful, because I'm wondering if that circlip has fell off. It's actually inside the watch. So basically, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have a bit of a nose and see what's what. But other than that, I'm happy with it so far. I will be back shortly when it's all stripped down. So I managed to get it all stripped down, and the little button there that was no longer attached, I've got that done. The little circlip, and you can see that at all, but there's not really much light here, is there? Can you see that? In focus? Probably not. Needless to say, just about make it out. I managed to get a circuit. It looked like somebody had already had a poke and a scrape at the inside of this, and yeah, well, there's a bunch of glue all the way around this outer where the seal sits. I mean, the seal's inside, all that lot there, just keeping it together so it's out of the way. The actual what's it, module, looks okay. I've looked around it and a good old squint, and I can't see anything obvious that might be broken, and unfortunately it's not coming on, and I don't know why. I'm just going to be careful, don't knock that off, because I bet that's going to be a pig to put back on if it does come off. Anyway, needless to say, somebody has actually had it apart. Now, whether or not it's been put back together wrong or right, I don't know, but I'm about to find out, because I'm going to attempt to put it back together again. Now, with the battery cage, let me just get it out there. This makes it shit. That, if you can see, the light catches it. See where it's slightly distorted around that edge there, right? Just get something thinner so I can show I'm highlighting. Right, see that there, look here? Now all that's distorted. That's because it wasn't located behind the push button properly. So I'm going to try and straighten that out. And then locate it because it wasn't sitting on these little tabs either correctly over this side. So that's the next step to do. And put it back together again and see what happens. Because as always, when I do take these apart and there's a battery in it, I always test the battery first to see if the battery is either dead, which if it is dead, then yippee, great. If it isn't dead, that means there's something else going on, but I don't know what. And if it's a component level problem with that, then I'm a bit stuffed, because there's not much I can do about that. But hey, fingers crossed. Hopefully there won't be any major issues. It's just a matter of putting it back together again and just suck it and see, I suppose. Oh well, I'll be back in a sec. Well, we are sort of back together again now. Back to where I started. I'll fetch the battery out. I've noticed that there's just the tweeter piezo speaker spring is missing, so I'll have to search in my array of spare parts if I can find one to replace that. But that's all together now. Next step is now to put the battery back in it and then do a reset and see if it's going to come back on for the second time. But I think this is not going to be a functioning watch, unfortunately. It was a gamble I took and it didn't pay off this time, I don't think, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. I'll pop the battery in and see what happens. Again, we're back in a bit. Well, after a lot of piddling about and basically just being yeah, awesome, I give you the Casio TV remote control watch. Absolutely fantastic. Yes, that is an original strap for this model. Fully functional. I've got to set the date to it yet, but yeah, it turns out the reason why the glue was in the back around the seal is, like I said, some jobs had it apart before. They was trying to put the seal in upside down. I have just cleaned everything all off, obviously, and done what I've got to do. Cleaned the seal off, relocated it properly in the right orientation, and it just fell straight into place. Every button works fine. I mean, just look at that. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. What an absolute gem.